What's up guys, welcome to my channel, and today we're going to be talking about some things that I wish I knew before I started my PhD. So, a bit of background into me before we get onto it. I'm on the 4-year British Heart Foundation program at the University of Bristol, and essentially it's a 1+3. In the first year, you do mini projects, you're getting yourself, it's like a master's year. You're doing 2 mini projects, so both of my projects lasted 4 months each. You attend a few courses such as workshops, presentation techniques, writing reports, writing abstracts, etc. All those things that get you prepared to really be a researcher and in the PhD program. You also write a proposal, which is a big proposal that you would then submit to the British Heart Foundation. After that, you enter your 3-year PhD project. So currently, I'm in the first year of my actual 3-year PhD project. It's going okay so far, but we're going to talk about some things that I wish I knew before I actually entered into the 3-year. Okay, so the first thing is that you are going to have to read. You're going to have to read a lot. And when I say a lot, you're going to have to read a lot. A lot of papers, papers. And sometimes you're going to feel a little bit overwhelmed by these papers. You're going to feel like it's just challenging you. You're not really sure what you need to know. How much do I need to read? Because there's an endless amount of research papers out there. So you're realizing that actually the amount of knowledge that can be acquired through what you're doing is vast. But it's also important to remember that you're not expected to read every single paper in the world, okay? It's not possible for you to know every single bit of information on a certain topic. That isn't going to be a thing, okay? Because, for example, I work on diabetic cardiomyopathy. It involves a structure called the glycocalyx, and it also involves these enzymes called MMPs. But there's so much to know about MMPs, there's so much to know about the glycocalyx, and there's so much to know about diabetic cardiomyopathy and just the heart in general and blood vessels. I can't expect to know everyone else's research and everyone else's thing that has gone on, but it's important for you to be up to date with the knowledge on that topic, up to date with the information on that topic of what's going on. So you're going to be reading so much in all of that, right? And if you didn't know how to read before, then you will start to learn how to read throughout this. And I guess that actually leads me on to my next point. You're going to feel like you know nothing. You could come from any degree, you could have gotten first, you could have got a 2-1, you could have gotten whatever, you could have gone to wherever uni you wanted, you could, when you enter this, you will feel like you do not know as much as you thought you did. Sometimes you're going to feel like you don't know anything, to be fair. That is especially the case for me when I first started my project. I thought, okay, there is so much to know, there's so much knowledge out there, just like what I was saying in the previous point, that it just is quite overwhelming. And sometimes you're just like, how am I supposed to know this? I don't know anything, why don't I know this already? But it's important to remember that you're not expected to know everything about your PhD project already, or else you wouldn't be doing it, it wouldn't be a project. But you're expected to have some sort of background. And so what you should be doing is you should be reading around the topic first, trying to make sure that you're up to date with the things that you should know. So like I said, for me, I would be reading around the heart. Am I up to date with the structure of the heart, the function of the heart, everything, how it works and stuff like that? Then I'm going to be reading around the other parts of my field, the glycocalyx. I'm up to date with the structure of the glycocalyx, how it's made, it's synthesized, its function, etc. And enzymes, all these things, MMPs, I'm up to date with them and these other things. And then I'm going to go more in depth. What are my research? What's my project? What do I need to know? Are there techniques that I could get from these papers? You probably actually know much more than you think. And this is actually something that I'm realizing when you're in conversations with people and you're talking and someone asks you a question, you're able to answer, you're thinking, I did not know that I actually knew the answer. But through all the reading that you're doing, you are getting knowledge and you are learning a lot. My third point is that you need to develop some confidence. And what I mean by that is that you need confidence to ask questions. When I first started, it was very like, you know, you're a supervisor and you're in a group, and everyone else in that group seems to know what's going on, they know what they're doing, and you're feeling very intimidated, and they're saying this and that, you're like, But then you realize that when you're struggling, it's because you're not asking questions and you're not asking for help. And this is what you need to have the confidence to do. So now when I'm meeting where I actually don't understand that, I need help with this. Can I shadow you as you go about this technique? Because I've never done it before. You need to have that confidence to do that. It's a team. Your supervisor is there to guide you. They are there to help you. But also there's others around you who probably have worked on something similar in that group or use techniques that you're probably going to use. And so don't be afraid to ask them for help, because the team should be working together. Okay, up next is that you're gonna have to be flexible, okay? Establishing this work-life balance is actually much harder than I thought. And I know in my previous video I said it's important, very, very important for you to have a work-life balance, okay? But this is a hard, and I can say that for myself. Research is one which could just hit you for six. Anyone who watches cricket knows what I'm saying. Research is one that can flip you upside down randomly and put you back straight again, okay? You need to have a plan for any situation. So for example, if I am growing cells, and I'm in the cell culture room, and then I come the next week, and I see that these cells are infected after you've done plated them out, you've got them ready now for the experiment. You've been put back. Now you've been put back a few weeks, and sometimes this can happen, okay? But what am I going to do in that time? Okay, so I might decide to read some papers. I might attend a course or a workshop. I might decide to do some staining on some tissue sections or work on some analysis that I've had to do. I might just start writing bits of my thesis. These are all bits that you can do in the time that, in case anything happens. So you need to be a bit flexible in your working, okay? But finding that work-life balance is very difficult, and I struggle with it myself sometimes. It's also important to remember that this is a long game. When I started, I was thinking, I want the answers now. Where are they? Like, come on, like, you know, research is a long game. You can't get everything now. You're gonna be up, it's a roller coaster. You're gonna be going up and then dragged down, nothing's working. All of a sudden, you're wondering, it's been working, why have I stopped? I'm doing the exact same thing, nothing's changed. But it's one of those ones where you won't get all the answers now. Be patient. You will get it at the end. It will come to you, but it requires time and effort and dedication, okay? And this is where the work-life balance starts to be a bit more difficult, because you want to see something and all of a sudden things are not working, and you are now working even harder to try and get them working. But then when things are going great, you know, you think that, you know, everything's smooth sailing, I can do this, I have time for this, I have time for that, and my work is going great, but then bang, it crashes, and your mind's now focused on fixing something and getting it working again, and you feel as though everything else is not important. But keep trying to establish that work-life balance, no matter what, because research is a roller coaster, and it will keep taking you up and down. What I'm going to leave you with is, your relationships around you are going to change. Very few people in the world have a PhD. It's not everybody has one. I think, what is it, like 2% of the population of the world has a PhD. So don't expect that every single person is going to understand what you go through, because it's most like that the majority of the people you interact with are not going to get what you mean, and not everyone is going to get your journey, okay? And it's a bit crazy to expect others to get your journey. But what you need to try and do is explain yourself to others. Explain as well as you can, although it is difficult, what exactly you're doing, what exactly your project entails, and exactly what a PhD is. And just try to get your family in to understand what you're going through a bit more. Because when you're feeling low, when you're feeling isolated, okay, although they're not going to understand, those are the people that you're going to want to turn to at some point, okay? So you want to bring them into as much light as possible, okay? There's going to be some people who you wouldn't have spoken to for a while, and you may have abandoned some relationships throughout this thing. But always hold on to those, or try your hardest to hold on to those that you care about throughout this PhD. Don't let it become your only thing in life, because when it's done, you're going to need some people to talk to. But if others can't realize, and some people will not be able to understand and appreciate exactly what you're doing, then you got to figure out whether they're going to stick with you on that journey or not. Because that's why I said it's important to explain to others exactly what you're going through and that things are changing for you, okay? And that you are at a stage where it is a bit more difficult to do everything that you could have done before. Those are just some tips that I have and some things that I wish someone told me before I started. But now that I'm in it, I want to share them with you. If you are wanting to do a PhD, think on these things and consider whether it is for you. But remember that it is a difficult thing, but it is a good thing. Thank you guys for watching my video, and I will see you in the next one.